Dr. Merlin Frederick says the surveillance for the North American influenza was beefed up during St. Lucia Jazz. The response started at ports of entry and continued to main jazz events. The acting chief medical officer says efforts to keep the virus away from St. Lucia continue.
From the time visitors, returning nationals come in, they are picked up by the port health system. There's a little form that they fill out. If they have any signs, flu-like illness, this is documented. If they're coming from any of the high-risk areas, even if they're not showing signs at the time, they're still followed up by the community nurses afterward. And in terms of the jazz events themselves, there were medical personnel at the events, screening persons, watching persons who came in and passing through the crowd to make sure that, nobody was caught with any such symptoms.
One document that is assisting the team in its mitigation efforts is the National Influenza Plan. Until recently, that plan remained in draft form. Deputy Director of the National Emergency Management Organization, Julian Dubois, says the plan will guide the team's response to an influenza epidemic.
A very comprehensive plan, and it speaks to the various sectors as to what is expected of the Ministry of Agriculture. And it was discussed with the Ministry of Agriculture, and it could be said it was developed by that agency as to what their response activities would be. Likewise for the Ministry of Health, as well as for the other agencies dealing with our port surveillance and ports of entry, the agencies like NEMO, the District Disaster Preparedness Committees, and so on. All of these agencies were on board. A number of consultations were held with officers of PAHO, because it really originated from draft documents prepared by PAHO and so on. So this document is now approved with the blessings of central government.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Agriculture says it remains on alert and will not let its guard down. The ban on importation of pork and its pig products from the United States remains in effect. Chief Vet Officer Dr. George Joseph says the ministry is in constant contact with livestock farmers to keep them updated on developments.
We normally run those engagements on a free-form approach with NEMO, Health, and ourselves. So all our meetings, we try and keep it with that same composition of Health Ministry, Agriculture Ministry, and NEMO, in that the information is disseminated from that basis, so at least persons are informed adequately.
The team is working closely with the Ministry of Education and has increased its surveillance of influenza symptoms at schools. Dr. Frederick says surveillance at the island's ports remains a key component of keeping the North American influenza at bay. Alison Kentish, HTS News, Channel 4.